Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play. This time around, it is Basic Math for the Atari 2600 from 1977, also known later on as Fun with Numbers. This was one of the launch games for the Atari 2600, then known as the Atari VCS. And it was designed by Gary Palmer. This is the only known game developed by him, who initially worked at Atari creating debugging stations for game developers and later assisted with work on the Atari 400, 800 line of computers. It was the first educational video game for the 2600/VCS, with other games coming out in the same year for the Fairchild Channel F and the RCA Studio 2. Yeah, that latter one is quite the system name. It was initially released under the Basic Math name, but it was re-released in 1980, I believe 1980. Yep, it was re-released in January 1980 under the title Fun with Numbers. And then it was discontinued in 82. But it remained in circulation as late as 1988 when it sold a little over 6,000 copies that year. It's been on various Atari compilations, including the Atari 80 and 1 for Windows, the Atari Anthology for PS2 and Xbox, Atari 50, of all things. And what you see is what you get. It's simple to play, but you're just looking at a screen with numbers on it. There are 8 game modes where it's just 1 digit plus 1 digit, and then you have more complex numbers. Whoa. For the 5 through 8. For 5 through 8, you have 2-digit problems. If you are messing around with the difficulty switches, of course. And you cover addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division playing this game. I'm just going to warn you now, this is going to be pretty boring. Because, again, what you see is what you get. And there are other, more exciting educational games out there. But this one is worth checking out for the historical side of things. It was the very first game of its kind for the Atari 2600, as well as one of the first, if not the first, educational console games. There would be other more fun games. As a matter of fact, there would be Math Grand Prix, just to name one of them that would end up coming out later on and would be better than this. So, let me see what the difficulty switches do. Okay, if I play around with the right difficulty switch, A/expert adds a time limit, B/novice does not. And with the left difficulty switch, well, it depends on what game modes you're on. If you're playing games 1 through 4, which is the single-digit problems, you have 12 seconds to put in an answer. That's on A/expert. On B/novice, you have 24 seconds. And if you're playing through 5 through 8, if you put the left difficulty switch on A/expert, you get the 2-digit problems. If it's on B/novice, it's 1-digit problems with a 12-second time limit. So there is that. And of course, you had to remember to slide the right switch to A/expert first for a timed game. So you have to put both switches on expert and then play games 5 through 8 for the more difficult experience. Anyway, I'm going to set this to game mode 1. And we're going to reset. Now we get to pick a number between 0 through 9 with up and down on the joystick, and we select with fire. And I selected 7, so I'm going to be adding 7 plus some number. You need to use up and down to select the numbers. And if you need to add a tens place, you go to the left and then add your tens place number from there. As you can see, if you know what you're doing, this is really easy to play, even though the gameplay, well, there's not much to it at all. You're just given questions, and you're just filling them out as best as you can. And what do you know? 10 out of 10. You are graded based on how well you do for the 10 problems. So you go through 0 through 9, and then you go back to the blank space as you cycle through the numbers. So that's how the numbers work as far as moving up and down with the joystick is concerned. Now it's time to go for subtraction. We've already done addition. Now we need to do subtraction. And once again, we pick a number that we can work with for 10 problems. I'm going to pick 6. And then we got 6 minus 1, 6 minus 5, 6 minus 2, and so on and so forth. You have different color pairings. You have different color configurations for each of the game modes. And some are good, like the one for addition. This one, not so much. This feels like visual chaos to my eyes, to be honest. I know I'm being a little harsh here, but it's a little hard to see. I don't know how it's going to come out in the video. But it will more than likely look most like it does as I'm recording this right now. Anyway, that was fun. Now we get a much easier set of colors for the eyes. We get the Los Angeles Lakers colors for multiplication on Game 3. And I'm going to do 9s. And once again, you move to the left for the tens place, and you go from there. You get nice little sounds as you cycle through the numbers here. So at least the game tries to keep things interesting, even though this is really bare bones. And sometimes you get other numbers and at the top, like we did with 1 times 9. I don't know if we even did that thing already. And if you get anything wrong, the game tells you what the answer is, I believe. So there's that. Anyway, we've already done addition, subtraction, multiplication, and now it's time to do division. Yeah, blue numbers on yellow. I can do this. And let's see. I'll try 8 for this one. So this one's 4. And 6 goes into it 1 time. Write 1. And then like that. So in case you have a remainder, 1, then you press right on the joystick twice, and then you put in your remainder. That's actually how you do the remainders on division problems in this game. You have the go right twice, and then you put in the remainder. And a 9 problem, A 9 problem again. Yeah, the 3 and 4 will kind of trip you up a little bit with additional problems with a number you didn't pick. So there is that. And let's see here. All right. Now what if left difficulty is A and right difficulty is A, which means I now have a time limit and I now have 12 seconds. So let's go ahead and whoa. Yeah, if you set both of them to A, this is what happens when you select 5 through 8, or at least have them on the screen. Stuff like this happens. Oh man, multiplication is going to be weird, and division is going to be just as hard. Sheesh. I'll go ahead and do Mode 3 again, and I'll do this, and you can hear the timer going, so you know you have a time limit. So, which you can do to yourself in case you want to give yourself a bit of a challenge. And of course it gets faster the more time you spend on a question. So you want to be very quick with what you're doing. And there's 10 out of 10. Very nice. So, with games 1 through 4, you get to do the easy problems. And you can select the top number if you want to practice with a specific number, which the game makes you do. And of course, when you're playing on game modes 3 and 4, multiplication and division, the game will throw you questions with a number you haven't picked, just to throw you a few curveballs and see if you can stay on your toes and get that elusive 10 out of 10. Well, I wouldn't exactly say elusive if you know your math, but still, it's there. The game throws a little bit of a challenge, even if you have both of the difficulty switches on novice. Anyway, I believe that is pretty much all I can show off regarding games 1 through 4. You have single-digit problems. You can either have no time limit, a 24-second time limit, or a 12-second time limit. I gave myself that 12-second time limit. And you get to do some basic math. And maybe have fun with numbers. Your mileage may vary on that second one. Anyway, that's not all I have regarding basic math, aka fun with numbers. Join me next time where I play with game modes 5 through 8. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!